PR versus HGT. Here we go. The draft has begun. The picks and bans are underway. WinteR, we're going to see a troll ban here. First pick is going to HGT, it looks like. So no surprises so far. We see the axe ban, the troll ban. The puck ban, slightly less common. It is something PR like to run, though I don't know if I would say they run it so effectively that you need to be worried about it. But I guess HGT just not wanting to deal with it.
Yeah, sometimes at a at a LAN event, you see a team. Oh, they played this hero that it's just 2 games, but they played this hero so well, and you don't really feel there's any need of taking out any other important heroes, and you feel that they're winning because of that hero. You just ban it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a strong meta hero.
Well, one thing I'm curious about is the Wisp. It's something that a lot of the CIS teams like to run. Tiny Wisp is very popular. It's banned out now by PR, so never mind that.
Yeah, HGT themselves actually do play. Yeah, that's another hero. We were talking about Air before this. We were saying that he was mostly the tempo control, but he plays the Tiny for the team when they have Wisp Tiny. So other than the Shadowfiend that's more farming orientated, he also plays the core Tiny. Yes.
Do you think HGT should be doing the... We've seen a lot of their Shadowfiend mech Chen eggs strat. It has been kind of mixed results. Sometimes really good, sometimes pretty bad. They do go Jug, so the healing ward is a possibility if they wanted to go for that strat. I don't know if they want to show it too early here against PR, though. PR, a lot of the CIS teams, including PR, they love their Ancient Apparition support, so probably don't want to pick that up too early if that's your plan.
Yeah, if they wanted to go for the Shadowfiend mech with the Axe Chen, I probably, maybe you start it at the third pick, third plus fourth, and you might be able to, you might want to consider taking out the AA in the process if you want to do that.
PR going to go Venge, your classic CIS support. There's also a Dazzle out there. And what are we going to see from here with this Venge pick? Very open-ended, doesn't really reveal too much.
You can always just open with Venge on Dire. Yeah, I mean, even on the Radiant side, you can just open with Venge. It doesn't show what you're wanting to do. It's just a pick that's really good, a really solid support, all-rounded support, does well every stage of the game. Yeah, it doesn't reveal any strategy that you want to go for.
Yeah, they've been running PA for Dityara their past 2 games.
Wow, Batrider.
Batrider picked up early, though. And I do want to mention there's a Lycan out there. We've seen the Lycan plus Batrider combo get the early boots of travel. Cloud9 have been running it. A few other teams have experimented with it. Something PR could think about here.
There's something that Cloud9 does as well with the Batrider. Sometimes they like to trick their opponents thinking that their Batrider is offlane because Bone 7 is their main offlane. But sometimes he takes the bat, especially on the Dire side where you can just jungle pretty effectively, I would say. You get a very quick... He actually goes for boost of travel first instead of blink on his jungle in Batrider because you get it so early that it doesn't... Sometimes you get it at level 6, like you don't want to try and gank with the blink. And what if it fails? You lose a lot of ground. But instead you get a boost of travel at 6 minutes. You boost of travel to the enemy safe lane and you try to take away their jungle, like basically fire the jungle. If you can get a kill, obviously it will be good. But the primary purpose of the Batrider, going jungle, going BOT first, is he just wants to take away farm from the enemy supports.
Economic warfare, basically. HGT do grab the Witch Doctor, so already 2 healers coming out.
Yeah, okay.
And they ban the AA. Here we go. Shadowfiend, Chen. These are your bans if you're Power Rangers. The Chen first. That's the obvious one.
This is really obvious though.
HGT have just run this strat so many times. That's what I was talking about a little bit in the pregame. I feel like they're a very predictable team right now. Doesn't mean it won't work, but PR know exactly what's coming their way. And currently, there we go. We're back in the draft. Yeah, I worry a little bit for HGT here, but I guess they don't have to commit to that strategy.
And they are even banning out the Shadowfiend themselves.
Okay, something different. Why ban Shadowfiend?
Shadowfiend with Venge on Roshan's side.
Oh, we're on my screen now.
Yeah, Shadowfiend plus Venge on Roshan's side, and not to mention Batrider plus Shadowfiend is really good.
You gotta tell me when you're on my screen.
Yeah, Batrider plus Shadowfiend is also really potent together on the same team. Basically, the way you start the fight, you lasso someone into the Requiem, so it's instantly one person dead.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a confusing draft as far as that ban goes. Power Rangers now moving along with their second ban. It looks like a push strat. It smells like a push strat. I wonder if HGT just tries to pull a fast one on them and just goes in a completely different direction here.
Lycan is still good on either team's lineup, though,
I feel especially for Power Rangers.
Yeah, with the minus armor from the Venge and the Dire side.
It's a little harder for HGT. Batrider, one of the better heroes to gank a Lycan when he's split pushing. They have good physical damage from the Venge, but generally Lycan will get that early Medallion and Vlad, so he'll be pretty tanky.
He still works like with their lineup if you want to go for 5-man push. Like the Howl plus the Juggernaut and the heal from Witch Doctor is still really strong with the Necrobooks. When you hit a timing with a Lycan plus Juggernaut sort of lineup along the lines, you're going to be really hard to stop if you have some sort of early game lead from the lanes itself. But PR is going for another sort of very high burst damage. It fits like the draft with Batrider Lasso someone, then you can burst someone very quickly with the Finger of Death.
I do want to point out that the Ditya Ra Slark is out there, and they still need their one position hero for him. HGT do not really have great tools to deal with the Slark. Juggernaut, pretty useless. Witch Doctor, pretty useless. I'd be a little concerned about that as well.
If they show the Slark now, Disruptor would be a good pick for HGT. It counters the Bat Lasso with the Glimpse. Yeah. The silence from the ultimate is really good against the Slark.
And it's a support HGT do run on occasion.
Yeah. So maybe you will want to keep the Slark later.
And I think if you don't pick it 4th in your Power Rangers, then HGT should ban it. But we'll see what they have in mind here.
Possibly. Slark is like one of the better calls as well against Juggernaut, because Juggernaut doesn't do anything to you.
Now, Clockwork, the choice. Interesting. I've seen Clockwork's match up pretty well against Batrider in the laning stage as of late. Just constantly burning all his mana and difficult to go on him with Firefly.
Yeah, but HGT are not a team that goes on the offensive most of the time. They just like to play on their safe lane, get some pulls from the supports, and they don't really take so much risk in the laning phase itself. So I'm not sure about whether the plan is to 1v1 the Batrider. More of maybe just like they just want an offlaner, and Clockwork plus Witch Doctor there's a good amount of synergy between the two heroes in teamfight.
Yeah, good setup for the Witch Doctor Death Ward. Hard to go on the Witch Doctor when Mr. Clock is blocking you
basically off. Witch Doctor thrives in an environment where he has a lot of bodyguards or heroes that throw themselves at the enemy distraction like a Clockwork, so that he can have a full channel ultimate going on in a team fight.
Power Rangers 4th pick. Still haven't really fully shown their draft, but heavy on gank, heavy on pick-off. A lot of disable here. They don't really have that much D-push, actually, which is interesting considering how the draft began. Juggernaut, Witch Doctor, first 2 picks, H-Apparition ban.
There we go.
There you go. The Lycan comes out. It's a kind of a steal, to be honest. Getting this Lycan 4th pick, that's pretty damn good for PR. That's value right there.
And if you look at their heroes, they can still lane the Lycan mid right now. So HGT, your first priority would be to make sure the Lycan doesn't get a good early laning phase. You want to have a hero in mid that can actually not only go you don't want to have a 50-50 hero against Lycan. You want to have a hero that can actually...
I mean, who is that hero? They like to run Ember a lot. The Brewmaster, they like to run quite a bit. Shadow Fiend is banned.
Ember and Brew don't really bully Lycan out of the lane, though. I'm thinking more of like something like a Quap that can actually push the Lycan off the lane.
Do they run that for air, though?
I've seen it once or twice. It didn't work out well for them.
Yeah. It's definitely not a go-to pick for them. Later on in this game, Quap would be if she doesn't dominate her lane up against Lion, Bat, Venge, that's really hard.
Yeah, it's a very difficult... If she doesn't snowball, then it's a very risky pick for them. But right now, I feel they need more of a laning presence hero, because all our lanes are like so not very strong in the lanes, and everyone knows what happens to Lycan if he doesn't get any sort of trouble in the early game. He just takes Roche on Dire, he just takes all your towers, you lose map control, and at some point...
He gives a lane to a support, then Lion gets a fast level 6, an early blink, and they just stick with same old HGT. And the Ember Spirit snapped up for air. It's their go-to picks.
I just worry
that it's not an easy Ember game.
Yeah, I just worry that this game is really difficult for the Ember, and not to mention when when the Lycan gets a good start, they push very early. You talk about PR not having much D push, but if you look at HGT, what is their D push? Rocket?
They have nothing.
Yeah, rocket flare basically. That's about it.
Well, the best defense is a good offense. That's going to be the strategy here for both teams, really.
Maybe they would opt to do something along the lines where they go for very strong 2-1-2 lanes. Maybe Witch Doctor with Clockwork, try to pressure the safe lane so that it's not so easy for the Lycan. Assuming that if there's a chance that the Lycan goes to the safe lane, so he doesn't go to the jungle that easily. Because if there's two heroes, there might be pressure on the supports not to leave the lane and stuff like that.
Uh-oh. This is trouble. This is even more.
This is more
lockdown push potential. This looks like an Exort Invoker game, I would say.
Yeah, this is definitely an Exort Invoker game. Like HGT, like we mentioned, have no D push. So now if you're HGT, you look at the enemy draft, you are thinking it's either we win the lanes or we pick something that can defend. But look at all the other heroes. Even if they have one last hero that can defend, maybe a hero like Kotter or something along the lines, how are they going to beat them even?
What are you defending for? Like an Invoker is going to take over the map, take all your towers.
That's the reason.
Take the Roche 3 times.
They're not going to be able to defend and gain something at the same time.
I feel like HGT have to snowball. They have to dominate the laning phase.
I feel they need to do something extraordinary in the laning phase. Maybe go tri-lane the enemy. Okay, Rubik, Clock, Witch Doctor. That lane is actually... Or they can do Rubik, Witch Doctor and Juggernaut, one lane.
There is decent kill potential there. Lion and Venge are pretty squishy.
It's actually very big kill potential if they lane it with the Juggernaut instead of the Clock. The Clock can go 1v1 against the Bat, like you say. It's decent. He doesn't do that bad against Bat Rider. And Rubik will live into the Juggernaut spin. This game, maybe the Juggernaut would consider getting more in the spins if they want to dominate a lot early game. Instead of the build where the teams usually go for nowadays where they just get 1 point in spin.
Also, that right-click build, I don't know if it's the best versus PR. Lycan, very tanky, and he normally builds a lot of plus armor. It's going to be a ZSMJ Jug. Generally, it's Air who plays the Ember once in a while. Uh-oh, we're trapped in the draft here, folks. Save us, help! All right.
Disconnected or something.
Yeah, we might be having some slight Dota TV issues, but we're good. We're good here for a dedicated observer, so... We'll get underway now, guys. HGT versus PR. This is a crucial match for PR, especially 0-2 right now, just trying to get a win on the board. And with a loss here, they'd be all but eliminated from Dota 2 Asia Championships contention. HGT 1-1. They want to get up to that 2-1 record and hope to close the gap with Na'Vi, currently leading 2-0 in this round-robin wildcard elimination play-in tournament. And with that said, we can introduce our teams now, beginning with PR. In the offlane, it's Cheshire Cat. Handling the Bat Rider, going top is Shachlo on the Lycan. As we're bouncing back and forth. J4 playing your Vengeful Spirit. We've got Saniko on the Lion support. No early boots picked up though. It's Ditya Ra going mid. Already is the Null Talia. Does look to be that Exort Invoker, but we'll wait and see to confirm. Meanwhile, on the Radiant, Hyper Glory team, formerly Hearts Get Together. Icy on the Clockwork, one of his go-to signature heroes. Air going mid. With the early Poor Man Shield expecting a lot of harass as the Ember. HGT now running an aggressive tri-lane, as you mentioned, WinteR. Kaka on the Rubik, Pretty Ha on the Witch Doctor, and ZSMJ himself on the Juggernaut. Bottom rune, looks like we're going to have a skirmish there as Icy will drop the cogs. He'll be okay for now. J4 going to try to body block him, though. Can he get in front? Let me... Can't get in front. He's trying, but Icy just a little bit faster, able to walk on out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana anyways. It's fine. And he got the bounty rune. That's what he came for.
You could see his body like trying to squeeze his way around, but just couldn't quite do it. So Ember does predict the lane mid, expecting this Exort Invoker, a lot of right-click harass, and gets the early Poor Man Shield for Air. Arrow will take a point in Quas to start things off. Maybe it is going for Quas Wex after all. We'll see, though.
No, I think he's going Exort. This game is just such a suitable game for Exort, and he's able to help the lanes with the Sunstrike later on. And as you can see right now, they are going to put a lot of pressure on the safe lane of the Lycan. Lycan is going to have such of a hard time in the laning phase. He's not going to get too much, and he just wants to get his a little levels, and he can just proceed to the jungle later.
Yeah, that's the big thing with the Lycan picks we've seen lately. When they go safe lane, is the support gets the lane, And if you're running just a solo offlaner, you can't really punish it. But when you're running an aggressive tri-lane, Lycan shut down, and then if you ever send the Lycan to the woods, the supports, either they can go hunt him, or they can just kill that support that's taking over the lane. So HGT are kind of taking a crack here at what PR are looking to do, but early on, ZSMJ farming well, the Lycan just sitting back trying to collect some levels. And they will go on the offensive. Kaka gets off the lift here to start, tossing J4 way back. The cast's going to bounce. They get off a few auto attacks. Blade Fury coming on through, blocking nicely. The Wolves actually hurting J4. He'll end up going down. First blood for HGT. Kaka still trying to trade, but the Wolves poking away at him. We'll end up forcing HGT back, at least for now. Still, first blood already claimed.
Yeah, that was what exactly HGT needed to do. Get an advantage from the tri-lane they have with the Juggernaut and the Rubik. Lift into spin, it's very deadly.
Oh, actually is Quaswex after all. He's taken the second skill point. It goes into X. Top lane, looks like there's going to be a jump on the Shadeslow. Gets lifted, tossed back. ZSMJ beginning to go to work. He's got the Blade Fury. Shadeslow getting shut down. I'm the Juggernaut. ZSMJ says he makes it easy. 11-7 his score. In good news, though, PR's other two solos are farming very well right now. 10-5 on your offlane Bat Rider. The Invoker sitting comfortable mid at 10-5 as well. They're not really winning too badly in terms of level progression, but at least they're not losing their solo lane. Still, this safe lane, this is becoming a real liability, WinteR.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Quaswex Invoker. Quaswex is actually a lot more kill potential against the Ember. If they don't want to go for the Necrobook on the Invoker this game would be more on space making, and the mana burn would be huge as well against all their heroes. You can see here Didyara not having as much last hits as you would expect him in a lane against the Ember. Even Ember is actually taking a lead, like a slight lead. But and
Ember is a pretty good comeback hero. As long as you get your levels, even if you don't get a ton of CS, you can farm quite quickly with Flame Guard.
I was actually expecting the Invoker to actually have a lot more CS than this. Maybe at least be ahead of the Ember, but Ember coming out on even is a huge win for the Ember in the laning phase.
Invoker does get quite a nice shot in the arm when the phase boots come out and has a much easier time CSing from there, but still, Ember getting his levels. The offensive tri-lane so far a success. PR will get off this pole to try and draw the lane back, but once again, their support's getting caught. Saniko trapped out, will end up going down just to auto attacks. J4 could well be next. They're looking to run him down. The phase boot's already out for CSMJ. Where are you going? Poke, prod, and dead. Another easy 2 kills here for HGT as they continue to extend their lead, dominate PR safe lane. And, well, HGT, to me at least, they came into this as top 3 material for sure in the wild card, if not top 2. And I think they're starting to find their stride here and really showcase their understanding of how PR like to play.
And you know one more thing as well, like after the disastrous start in the lane for PR on the safe lane, it's only been at 4 minutes, only the supports are starting to decide they need to move around the map. Like a lot of other teams, they would have probably decided that this lane is not working at all for us. We are not going to try and do anything here. We're going to try to at least roam and gank the other lanes, but they are only trying to do it now with so many deaths already on the top lane.
I see. Continuing to collect his levels here bottom, but no, only trading evenly with Cheshire Cat. Isn't winning the lane. I did see a Clock solo kill a Bat the other day. He got a little bit out of position, let his mana get burned, and then just got caught without Firefly, but generally not an easy kill.
If that happens, it would always mostly mean that the Bat Rider made a mistake. But in this lane, it's just like the Bat Rider would try to, I feel like, get more farm than the Clock by using the jungle, because you can use the jungle and Clockwork doesn't use the jungle as well.
Look at this, WinteR. They've already just sent the Lycan into the woods. It's only 5 minutes in, and this is going to be a very slow jungle catch-up for him, it looks like.
I felt if the Venge would have rotated a lot earlier, there probably would have been a kill potential in the other lanes. Like, they have Invoker, Quaswex, and Bat Rider versus Clock bottom. Any stun on those lanes would probably mean that there's a chance of getting a kill. But he chose not to roam, and now he's stuck in a situation where it's difficult to get kills already, because Ember has his level 6 and bottom Clockwork was also level 6. It's not easy to get kills anymore. Oh,
Tornado coming out mid, will clip air, but he just remissed that. He's already level 6.
Yes, no way.
Time wasted. It does force out the TP. Pretty a bit too nervous, and we see a very fast medallion snagged by ZSMJ's Juggernaut. Generally not the item. Normally we see the early Mask of Madness coming out.
Snowball item, I would say. you just medallion during the Omni Slash and you kill targets. Like you talk about Lycan being a hero that doesn't get easily killed by the Juggernaut, but when the Juggernaut gets a good start, gets a medallion up, and even the Lycan would be prey for the Juggernaut.
And it is still a decent Rosh item. So with this, they have the Witch Doctor heal. They don't have the best Rosh lineup, but between that and the Healing Ward, if they ever get a couple kills, they can walk into the pit and look to take
definitely. They are going to look to hit, like with the medallion purchase on Juggernaut, you could tell the plan HGT has in mind right now. You are buying cost-efficient items on your core, your position 1 hero. It already shows to your opponent that you want to take the fight early, you want to push their towers, you want to take their map control right now.
Yeah, you can see the aggressive ward coming out from Kaka. They try to D-ward, but he ain't having none of that. He gets the lift off on J4, drops him straight back down, though. The 2-hero impale. Big stun by Suniko. This might be enough to turn it. ZSMJ now on the run. They're going to have another Venge stun, I believe. Is there mana for it? It's going to be close. J4.
10 mana.
Still in pursuit. 10 mana short. Now Blade Fury. Can he stay in range? It looks like the phase boots may be just enough. Spinning to win is ZSMJ. He'll get back. He salves up, but now airs come. The other Blade Master joining the fray. Sticky Napalm coming through as even Batman wants to get involved. Tornado! That catches on 2, but Ember will remnant away. Then the hook shot forward. Trapping out DRL, pulling him into the cogs. He's got no mana for a Ghost Walk. He tries to retreat. He's fast, though. With the phase boots, it looks like he's even going to end up living. Nope, pretty hot. Where you going, my friend? Tosses him back and ends up killing him off. Just got corralled in the end. Then they pull in Cheshire Cat with the chains, and they chase onwards. He looks to retreat out here, but doesn't have the Firefly. Finished off by CSMJ. 7-1 your score. It looked like a decent retreat for PR, but they end up losing the Batrider, the Invoker, and the Venge. Batrider, what's his progression here to the Blink Dagger, I wonder? Is he even close to it?
No, he's not really close.
Oh, 800
after
gold,
that
no Tranquils. That really hurts.
This game, he can't. I don't think he can even afford to go Tranquils anymore. He needs to get that Blink ASAP. And that fight, they overextended because the Tornado hit 2 heroes. It was so tempting for them to just keep chasing there after the Tornado hit both of them. But sadly, it was the bad decision.
It's like you hit a 5-second Marana arrow, but it's like under the enemy tier 2 tower and there are 5 heroes alive.
But you are so tempted to just go.
Guys, I hit a 5-second arrow. Go! What are you doing? Sometimes you just have to learn restraint, unfortunately. And
yeah, discipline.
and you could just see HGT's game plan continue to take fold. Now Air moving through the Dire Woods, looking for easy support pickoffs, or at least scouting for supports. Maybe just goes on Shadeslow. He's got the level 3 Flame Guard. There's no way for a Lycan to remove this, but he probably needs a +1. Rocket comes in, will not hit.
It's a level 1 rocket, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a level 1 rocket. Doesn't do so much.
He wants a +1. The Wolves were scouting, but they did not see ZSMJ, I don't think. Oh, maybe they did. Might have just gotten eyes on him from the high ground. Shadeslow going to back off. Still, he's not farming. I mean, you all bottom. Icy, getting gone on. He does pop his battery assault. Tough to get in too close. Cheshire Cat going to try for it. Gets off the lasso, but the double TP comes out. That is a very tanky Clockwork. He's got 1,000 HP. Air's going to turn this one around. Leaps forward on Cheshire Cat. And looks like should end up getting the kill here. Just a little more damage. He's got another Remnant. A bit short on the mana to use it, though, even if he cast it. Now Remnanting forward. A long one. And he ends up getting it off. Then the chains. How does he keep on finding this mana? Using the magic stick. The bottle charges perfectly. 9-1 your score. Batrider, another death. The Blink now. It feels like a distant dream. And he had a good start in the offlane, too.
Yeah, the Clockwork's items paying off there. He had a Bracer, he had a Tranquil Boots, he had a lot of he invested a lot of gold into survivability items, and it paid off there very much.
Wow, this is an easy rush for ZSMJ now. Medallion and Mask Man. It's easy solo kills, too. Yeah, if you're PR, I mean, obviously Batrider Blink is a big item, WinteR, that you're talking about that you need to get back in this game. Is there anything else they can do, or is it just the Bat Blink? Like, that's the only way they can turn this around.
The Rosh as well is another option for them, but after losing the early laning phase that badly, they didn't really adapt after losing the few kills, and this is what's going to happen to them. Map control, really bad. They can't really try and Rosh even if they have the Lycan. So I would say if HGT wants to go commit heavily into the Rosh, I'm not sure if the PR can actually try to contest. Maybe they can try to snag or steal it with the bat. That's about it. And try to give space to the Lycan to actually catch up.
Well, the ping comes out bottom. Looks like they want to set up a 5-man rotation. Push onto this tier 1. This Clockwork up to 2,000 gold on Icy. We mentioned he's very hit or miss as a player. And man, he's been hitting this time. Oh, J4 in trouble now. They drop the ward on the high ground by Kaka. Now they lift. They drop him down, and it looks like J4 will end up falling already. ZSMJ right into the Roche pit. And even though they went aggressive tri-lane, he didn't even need to level Blade Fury. He's just able to take some points in stats, and now he's going to solo the Roshan. PR, no Blink Dagger. They could try and contest this a bit with Tornado, but they're not even going to, it looks like.
You know, I'm thinking at this rate of the game, even though getting a mech on the clockwork is not very common nowadays after the mana cost increase, but this game it could be a good... Here hits a hook shot there on Shacklow, getting trapped here.
Oh, this is trouble. They maledict, Cass comes out, and he's done. In the meantime, mid, Ra throwing out the Tornado, trying to pursue air as the Roche attempt continues. Kaka's going to have to tank this. He gets bashed, the Roche changing aggro at the last possible hour.
That was close.
That was a close Roche. I think he gets the Aegis anyway, but almost lost Kaka for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about whether they want to consider getting a mech on the clockwork before this, because the game is at a progression where they are snowballing so hard, and they can actually use the mech to even make sure that PR can't defend at all.
It is a good item, but you are against Quaswex Invoker, and he's got no mana, just a magic stick. So he may have mana issues if he goes mech.
Probably.
Right, maybe you get like point booster and then go back to mech.
I'm not sure though, because the game has been going so well for them. You want to take your advantage and just
snowball,
maximize whatever you have right now. And for Clockwork, there's not much items that can help you build into like a big defense item other than a mech this early.
Here comes the rotation from HGT. It's Kaka in front, swinging around. So the north is an invis room, but they're gonna bypass that.
This is a big kill.
J4's in the tree line though. He's gonna break the smoke. They drop the death ward. I'll see you, Yara. No chance to react. He was waiting, but now he's gonna pay as well. He walks his way out of the tree line. He quickly feeds. And now it's up to the Batrider to turn it. The Blink Dagger revealed, but the stolen Tornado from Kaka allows him to disengage. He's going to end up surviving. Lycanol even forced out for this. And this is without the Juggernaut fighting. ZSMJ's off split pushing the bottom lane. And in the meantime,
that was huge.
Moving into the woods is Air. He's spotted out by a Dire Ward, but PR just completely on the defensive everywhere you turn.
Yeah, that was a huge steal from the Rubik, having the Tornado there. Definitely saved his buddy's life.
It looked like they were going to get him with the lasso, the Lycan auto attacks, but well, we talked about the Rubik play of Suniko. It's actually not him who's delivering. It's Kaka.
This game is going to be really hard on the supports of PR being so far behind at this pace. The line is even opting to go for 4-star instead of a Blink. And here, hook shot. Oh, he got him, but no mana. He doesn't have mana for Cogs.
And in fact, he didn't have mana for Battery Sword either. Suddenly Icy, and an awkward predicament, gets fingered from long range. Then Air caught out as well, although he will survive for now. The Juggernaut came through with an Omni Slice. ZSMJ brings down one, then gets a second with some auto attacks, finishing the job. Air on the chase in the meantime. Chachlo backing off, and it looks like they managed to steal something here for the Rubik. He's grabbed only the level 1 house, so not the biggest deal, but they still have the Aegis WinteR, and they still continue to just constantly pressure PR everywhere they turn.
Yeah, it's still useful for them to push, but at this point of time, PR needs to just try and find either pickoffs or try and just push out the entire of the map. They can only leave either the Invoker or the Batrider can try and lay Firefly before the enemy pushes in, or Invoker just tries to Tornado and EMP to slow down. But at this point, there's no way they can take a direct fight.
Yara jumped on the mid lane. The chains will catch him, but
no swap.
Oh, actually Air. Maybe overextending here. He'll deploy a Remnant. I believe he will have a buyback if he wants to use it, but they can't get the kill. He survives. The cask starts bouncing, and all of a sudden, your Invoker and Venge are both dead. They can't even get the stinking Ember for their trouble. He's back at the well. They're going to do the bottle trick as he returns, and Kaka's going to be at full HP and mana. Along with that Ember, he'll pass off a charge or two, and still has the full. Well, actually used 2, so he's only got the 2 charges. But nonetheless, Tier 1 going to fall mid, and PR just can't catch a break. 17-2 your score. It feels worse than that.
Yeah, this is all because of the result of the supports not roaming after the top lane didn't go well for them.
And just really good prediction and response to the lanes they expected. HGT, they expected that Lycan in the safe lane, and they just said straight into the aggressive try, and they dropped a ward here, and that's going to set up Air's initiation. In with the chains and Sleight of Fist combo, they get the quick kill. Suniko with a nice 2-hero impale, but it's the EMP that forces everyone back. And Rubik, looking like he might be a player in these upcoming fights. He's stolen the impale again. Or, not stolen the impale again. Stolen another good spell again. This time it's the Earth Spike. Even more lockdown for him.
Yeah, the Clockwork is actually opting to go for more stats and going to build, I think possibly the BKB or Axe would be really good. He's going to try and trap out Sharklo here. Coming in is ZSMJ with Omni Slash. Sharklo looks like he's in all sorts of
Where are you going, Shachlo? Uh-oh. Nope, you're not going anywhere. Sliced him up real quickly. That's the slap chop in action. And in the meantime, the Invoker also goes down. As PR continue to just hemorrhage cores all over the map. They're not taking towers. They're not taking Roche. They're not slowing down HGT. They are just completely helpless.
They are really lost. They look like a different team from the past weeks that I watched their games. So they are not playing as well as they would have or they could have. This is not even like half of their potential, I would say.
I've seen this team play so well, but they just, like you said, I don't even know if there is a good response at this point. It feels like a lot of this game just came down to the draft and then those first few decisions in the laning stage, and there's just been no plan B for PR.
It's just after the laning phase is just really hard for them already because they didn't rotate. I mean, it's okay to give up like maybe the first kill. After that, you need to really think about it. There's nothing they can do in the lane. They need to help the other lanes.
Tornado EMP will catch pretty hard. He just runs in. He's got the Ember backing him up air. Going in deep, hits a nice chains, and then the hook shot connects. Finger was used on Pretty Hall, but not enough to secure the kill. In the meantime, Icy just tanks. The cask is bouncing. It got dragged back to Saniko, setting up ZSMJ, who will just Blade Fury his way through another two-hero slight Shades combination. I mean, HGT, they might be predictable going for this Air Ember or occasionally ZSMJ Ember almost every game, but I guess you can't argue with the results, at least right now. HGT, 1-1, looking to improve to 2-1, and well on their way to doing so. It's officially gotten to 23-2 territory. This game is just falling apart.
Yeah, this game is like we discussed about during the panel. PR cannot afford to lose any more games.
They lose this game, and their chances of moving on all but gone. If not mathematically eliminated, then I don't know how you come back morale-wise. 6 teams, you're going to be the only team who hasn't won a game yet. That is not a good feeling. PR not giving up just yet. They've traveled a long way to get to China. They had some visa issues to work through, and they don't want to just give up on this game, this third match of theirs. As lassoing ZSMJ in will be Cheshire Cat. He gets the initiation there. Icy chasing out Deyara, though. He's caught out by Pretty Hall. They'll bring him down. An Invoker for a Jug so far. The Jug not buying back. And Saniko also going to drop. Kaka securing the kill there. Nicely done by the Rubik Guardians of Blink. He blinks to the south, pursuing the Bat Rider. Trying to catch him out as Cheshire Cat scatters. He'll blink away just in the nick of time. And they are, at the very least, split pushing with their Lycan bottom.
Yeah, that was
trying to rat their way back into this game.
That was really good for PR, even though they lost 2, but they bought a lot of space for Lycan with that initiation. If it was like more or less even game, I don't think they would have come out with a 2-for-1 trade. But because they were so far behind, they didn't have much choice after doing that. That initiation was actually really good. But
nice lasso to start it off.
Yeah, they were just really far behind.
But now you can't rely as easily on your lasso initiations. Oh, Cheshire Cat. Where are you going? He gets tossed back down into a death ward. Kaka again. Not just the great lift combination there, but the ward that sets it up. The HGT supports, you just look at what they've gotten done this game compared to PR's, and Suniko's had 1 or 2 really nice 2-3 hero impels, but outside of that, they just haven't had any impact.
Yeah, it just came down to what I mentioned, the early game decision making, which like they didn't move, and you know the whole game it feels like they just can't do anything anymore. It's not even they're playing bad, but because they put themselves in a situation where they can't do anything. The Venge just got his ultimate like a few minutes ago, like 17 minutes, 18 minutes. That shows you how bad the early game went for them.
Man, this beefy Clockwork now. He went back for drums, addresses some of his mana issues versus the Quaswex Invoker, and well, just a luxury item for Clockwork, to be honest.
He's not gonna die in the fights.
He's way too tanky. Yeah, Tranquil Boots, drums, BKB. He's actually invulnerable, I would say. Unless they drag him to like a tier 3, tier 4 tower.
Yeah, but if he gets dragged, it means that he's in a wrong position.
Well, and it means Juggernaut and Ember are just free to roam. They'll chain to Yara, and now looking to finish him off here. Remnant forward, but no detection. He'll Ghost Walk his way to safety. Backup is inbound. They rotate through the dire woods. Again, it's Kaka. He leads the way with the Rubik lift. The Firefly attempting to escape, but Rubik's going to pursue. Flying high on his broomstick. Harry Potter on the chase. Where are you going, Mr. Batman? One more auto tag would do it. He's got to blink in just a second. He'll blink forward. Gets the kill. Kaka. This guy's everywhere. He just keeps on making plays. He's stolen the Earth Spike. He's stealing the Firefly. The Tornado. Oh my. This is a big Rubik game.
Yeah, he definitely made a lot of plays that changed the course of fights in this game. But still, I feel the most important part was HGT executed their plan. They wanted an early game lead with the Rubik Juggernaut tri-lane, and they just got it, and everything else later come really smoothly later. They had the Medallion on the Juggernaut, so they could have rushed even quicker and just use the A-gaze and push down all the towers. Even having this sort of lineup, they don't have much. They don't have really something that specifically kills tower quickly.
No, they've had this ridiculous 27-3 start, and still looking to finish off that final tier 2. And PR have actually managed to take the 1 tower, but Lycan just not free to split push outside of that. BKB comes out from Icy, 4 staff away from Suniko, but Icy continues pursuit. Looks like the EMP will be dodged by a timely Sleight of Fist, keeping her in healthy shape. He now remnants backwards as ZSMJ runs in. The Clockwork standing in the middle of the fight. It's a death ward that forces Sagelo back. He's under the influence of Maledict, and down he'll go. And now the chase forward. An Omni Slash onto J4. The Blade Master's doing work all over the place. Rubik tries to be a little cheeky with the spell steal. Ends up going down, but so far 2 for 2. Not too bad for PR, but they lose their Lycan. Hero they simply can't afford to be dropping at this stage.
Well, at least it was 2 for 2, you know. At this stage of a game, PR taking an even trade is just really good for them. They even got a streak from the Rubik. It was a mega kill streak, I think.
It's a big kill.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate that Lycan's dying. That's the one hero that could really use this farm.
Obviously, you don't want the carry to die, but so far, being so far behind, taking a 2 for 2 try, I think if you're PR, you're just happy. Even if you have to lose your carry.
Yeah. It's a heavy price to pay, but hey, end of the day, 1,500 gold swing their way.
Yeah.
PR now going to smoke. Although they didn't catch the Lycan. He walked in a little bit late. Only the Wolves going to be able to move around under the cover of Invis.
They're trying to go for
here.
Rush. Yeah.
Oh, this is risky, though. HGT have Clockwork. They have Ember. They've got great heroes to scout, and they're going to find J4. He wanted to ward. Ain't going to happen. Now PR on the back foot. Witch Doctor has completed his look at it go. The Aghanim Scepter is out as the Ember of Air charges in. Don't know if he gets the kill on Cheshire Cat, but he will for sure force him back. Everybody in PR. Low, forced to retreat. Venge dead. There will be no Roshan claimed this day by PR, and they scatter. Tails tucked between their legs. Back to the jungle. Lion. He's just going to try and push out this top lane. It's an HGT Aegis, by all accounts.
Do they have sentries? Is the Wolves going to come in? Oh yeah, they have sentries. Okay. No chance for a Wolf deny.
Maelstrom Invoker. He's going to go for a little more split push and farming. Seems like PR may have decided that they need to rat this one and just try and split push, avoid team fights for the foreseeable future.
You know, going the Maelstrom just feels like he needs to rely on his teammates to force stuff him out. Like the Clockwork has been targeting the Invoker all the time.
There is the defensive swap as well, but I believe it's still a level 1 swap.
Yeah, I feel it's like one of those moments where you feel you need to have a force off yourself. Like the supports aren't going to be there for you in a game.
And they might just be dead before the fight starts.
Yeah.
This Venge has been dying an awful lot.
Well, but I guess they are at a situation where they just need to take risks, need to get more farm on their course since they are so far behind. Like anything that helps them, that would be really good for them. Invoker's going to come in from behind though. He needs to hit a really good Tornado EMP.
They came from behind. He's looking for it. I feel like doesn't even matter if he gets a good EMP Tornado. Clearly not for that first frag, as ZSMJ will happily claim it, courtesy of a great jump in. And now HGT looking for a bit more. They continue to push forward here. Healing Ward, Witch Doctor heal, that Ancient Apparition ban starting to really prove its worth, but still the Invoker waits on the sidelines and gets the Tornado. It's on everybody. But then what? Then they just start healing up and they turn around the Yara. He gets Maledicted. Down with you. And out with you. He's dead again.
You know, those sort of plays is like you wish you had a force stuff. You just drop your spell and you just force stuff and you get out. Instead of having
to be fair, he tornadoed, then he ran in and didn't have any other spells prepared. So I feel like he could have at least tried to walk away.
It was like, guys, I'm going to try something. We're not going to defend our Rex anyway. And he just goes in, oh crap, there's nothing I can do. He didn't even try to drop like a Deafening Blast or anything, you know, just try anything. And here comes a swap, cancels the Ember's TP.
An air, he's trapped, but to what end? He tanks through this one. Icy with the BKB, chasing onward, the cast bouncing nicely as Cheshire Cat drops into critical HP. Suniko will fall, and so too will Cheshire Cat. Everybody getting wiped. Is this worth the rat? Shadeshow working on Rex right now, but already the mid's been caved in, and HGT looking to retreat. They have no TP on ZSMJ. Does anyone have one right now on the Radiant side?
TP. No
they all have to walk back. What a disaster for HGT. Sure, you get a Rex, you get 3 kills, but you've just given PR a fresh lease on life. Shadeshow says, thank you very much. I'll take the top lane. It's a 1-for-1 Rex exchange. They're still trailing by a massive amount of gold, but they've maybe just let PR back into this game with that.
What just happened?
Did anyone have a TP
no one had,
or just none of them had
none
a TP?
of them had TPs. None of them had.
Ember got cancelled, it sounds.
Oh yeah, only the Ember got cancelled, yeah.
But I don't know if Ember could... Well, actually, he's Battle Fury. Maybe he could have stopped it.
Oh yeah, I actually suddenly thought of it where they actually planned to send the Ember back, and then the Ember defends the lane and they continue pushing. But because his TP got cancelled and no one had TP.
He's got a ward up, but so does the enemy team. He's moving towards J4. He gets the chains. He's very good at hitting that combo as J4 has a little backup. And now it's Air's turn to run. This is a hasted Ember, but he's got to be careful about the tornado maybe catch him out. He'll zip backwards. Diarra waiting in the mid lane where he finishes off Kaka with a double damage. Oh, no, not double damage turn, just Alacrity. He's like glowing blue for some reason. I guess the lightning. Oh, it's his gear.
Alacrity plus the Maelstrom doing work there, but
yeah, the little lightning proc.
It's still HGT's game. Yeah,
that's a nice pick off for sure. But if HGT 5-man top, what's your move as PR? Pushing down mid, you've got to take a tier 1 and a tier 2 just to get to the base.
Do the same thing basically. Try. It's not gonna be tough. Yeah, it's not gonna be as easy as the last time, but they need to try and do the same thing. They still very far behind. Can't really take a engage head on. Unless they get somehow they get a really good lasso, like the 2 fights ago or 3 fights ago where they got the Juggernaut in the middle lane, the tier 2 middle lane, and they got a 1-for-2 or 2-for-2 fight. They need to start the fight like
mid
that.
Lane, they're trying to rat Diarra on the run.
Do they have a gem?
Yeah, you're up against a Lycan and an Invoker. It feels like a good game to get a gem.
A lot of sentries.
Oh, Courier. Oh no, this could be bad for the Radiant. Courier gonna get sniped. It doesn't have any items on it, but a nice pick off there for PR. Meanwhile, bottom lane, your Rubik trying to slow down the Lycan, and he has stolen the Wolves.
Oh, this is a huge steal for them, for the push.
Good for the push, good for scouting to set up these pickoffs, and ZSMJ quietly continues to be the most farmed hero. Well, I guess not so quietly. Loudly continues to be the most farmed hero on the map, but continues to be the most farmed nonetheless. He's at 17k net worth. He's big and blue, and he's going to walk into Diarra here. Not really much he can do.
Yeah, and the Lion hoping that the Invoker has Sunstrike, otherwise he would have gone for the Rubik. Too bad.
I think PR are adapting well though, WinteR. Even though they're down by a lot right now, 15k gold, 15k experience, they're ratting. They're using the Ghostwalk Invoker to their advantage. They're avoiding team fights. They're making good decisions about just stalling while trying to take racks. They know their situation and they're playing it perfectly considering the state of the game.
Yeah, definitely. The cancelling the TP on the Ember the last time was huge as well, but at the same time you have to question why no one else apart from the Ember had a TP.
Top lane, they're morphing. It looks like they might want to go here on Air.
Oh,
like an ultimate was popped to get here a bit faster.
Silence him. Oh, he's dead.
He gets pulled back in by the lasso, and there's no position for PR to breach the high ground on the back of this. So they lose their Ember. They're gonna try to. I don't know. Already in the base is PR, but they do have to worry about these tier 2s mid and top or bottom. So they can maybe try to force out some buildings, potentially go for tier 4s, but they won't be able to claim another lane of racks without dealing with those tier 2 towers.
Lycan probably just wants to get those buffer buildings so that the creep wave will do damage to the actual structures. Oh, here comes the Rubik. Blinks in. It's gonna leave him back soon when he tries to hold his blink.
Oh my god, look how hard ZSMJ hits. Oh my goodness. He hasn't even really gone for damage items. He's gone for a lot of tank and utility here. This Juggernaut, my goodness. The Manta, the Scotty. Imagine when he gets that Butterfly, MKB, that even Mjolnir, that first big damage item.
This game feels like a good Butterfly game. Because the enemy has a lot of right click with the Invoker going mills. He has a completed Mjolnir and the Lycan as well doing a lot of right click damage, so evasion would definitely be a lot helpful for the Juggernaut here.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much damage this Lycan is doing, but in general, Lycan he's just got his Necro 3 now at 31 minutes. Oh, Cheshire Cat.
But arguably,
the stolen wolves are following him, WinteR. Oh, and now they disable the blink as well. There's nowhere for Cheshire Cat to go. He gets caught out, lifted, tossed, smacked all around, and down for the count.
You know what, LD? You said that the Lycan has a terrible net worth, but he's the one that's keeping them in the game. If he didn't actually did what he did the last time.
Yeah, it's just imagine if he had some items.
Yeah.
If he had like an AC here, could be a lot different, but it's all ifs and buts now for PR. Still very much on the back foot in this game. Trying to hang on desperately. A loss here basically all but eliminates them from any chance of moving on. At that point, if you're PR, you had to work so hard to get your 5 here. J4 didn't end up making it to Star Ladder. Busy applying for that visa for this event and could end up going home after just day 1.
Yeah, this is a really tense game for PR.
They find ZSMJ in the woods, though. He gets caught out by the Hex, but he's going to Manta. And now he looks to turn this one around. Has the Omni Slash. He gets stunned. Oh, no. They impale him as well, but the backup's inbound. And now the chase is on. They've stolen a Mana Drain. Not really ideal, but that's okay. They're going to chase onward. And oh, my goodness. Rubik already has an Aghanim Scepter. I was like, oh, that was a really quick second steal.
Bottom lane as well. Sharklo trying to get the tier 2, but is forced to run away right now. Oh, they're going to
Ember's here.
Ember's here. Oh, he's dead, I think.
Oh, he catches him too. Air, what a play. Shadeshot trying to TP out. One more poke down.
Wow, that was a really good start.
And now mid. Now mid. They jump in. They're going straight onto the Invoker. He gets caught by a hookshot. Trapped out. Jammed in by IC and 39-7. HGT, as hard as PR try to rat, they are just getting punished at every turn. This is just incredible catch they have. They can jump you no matter where you go.
Yeah, that was just really unfortunate, even though the Lycan died, but he was doing the right thing, but sadly he got caught. Forces a buyback on the Invoker right now, but I'm not sure if they can still hold on these rats here. Difficult.
They're sieging. They're trying to push this one in, but the EMP will force the SMJ's Blade Fury out. So now he wants to play a little more defensively. As we can see, lurking in the trees is Cheshire Cat, setting up for that potential lasso. And now, just chilling on the cliff. Kaka showing off his items, his farm. He's feeling good, but I imagine they will let this Ember push out that top lane before they even think about it.
Wow, he actually remnants towards middle right away.
Wow.
That was actually surprising. I thought he would actually push out the lane first.
Dire team doesn't have any BOTs, though, so no easy way to really take advantage of this. Just the tier 4 being sieged upon.
Oh, this is actually... okay. This is actually a lot of time for PR to actually regroup, get some farm, maybe get some buybacks.
I want to point out, WinteR, Icy picked up a gem. Big for the clockwork here.
Yeah, they got it on the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor actually bought the gem.
Yeah. This is against the Lycan, the Ghostwalking Invoker. Now you're not safe. Not at all. The Radiant Courier mid may get caught out by Digyara. It's not safe for the Courier either. Again, he snipes it. The rat is strong in this one, my friends. Now going to start cutting the wave, drawing HGT back, and continues to be a massive thorn on their side. While HGT go for this Roche, the Lycan rotates towards top. It's just rat-a-tat o'clock from PR. This is unbelievable. Imagine if they had a decent start. See, that's what we thought is like, looking at the draft, it looked like if PR just had a decent laning stage. Not even great, just decent.
Yeah, they just need
They would run over it.
They just need to at least cut even, you know, or maybe just fall slightly behind, but they fall so far behind. Like, here comes another hook shot. Catches out Digyara, no force staff again. See you later, dude.
No force staff. Now there's the gem online. And, well, in the meantime, good lasso. Not so good in reality. Creeps are pushing in top. HGT clearing out the wave. Are they going to carry TP scrolls this time? They have 2. Kaka, pretty hot. Don't think there's a remnant back in the base. Shadeshow's going to morph and begin surging onto tier 4s, and they are going to have to back. He's got a Necro book. PR, don't tell me that you're going to get caught trying to TP home. Where's the TPs at? Are they trying to throw it against the Lycan with Necro 3? They brought back only the clockwork. So Nico gets swapped away. It looks like the Lycan was forced back, at least for now. And now they TP home the Rubik too. So they hold it off. But it's close. The tier 4s end up dropping. They are going straight onto the entire tier 4s. This game feels way closer than it should be. It's 43-7. The Lycan is being dealt with. HGT are continuing to press onwards, but I mean, why is this even remotely close at all? I don't know. Buildings continue to take damage. Kaka slowing Shadeslow down with the Stolen Ghost Walk while the throne is under siege, just irritating the ever-living crap, chafing this Lycan. J4 will fall. Now they work their way onto the throne. HGT chill trolling Shadeslow with this Ghost Walk steal. Oh my, what a performance it's been from Kaka. And HGT, it looks like they'll take the game. 44-7. The throne about to die. Continues to prevent any sort of easy TP or retreat as he gets trolled all the way back to the well. But my, HGT, some sloppy decision-making at certain points in that game, but the overall game plan was strong, and they dominate PR en route to a 2-1 record. They're back in it, WinteR.
Yeah, Rubik definitely MVP this game. Played so well, set up a lot of kills, but again, I was just quite surprised that PR didn't rotate their supports after the laning phase didn't go so well with the first kill. Also, it just cost them a lot.
It really did, and with this PR, they're all but eliminated. They're 0-3. This may be their shortest trip to China ever. I guess I-League was a pretty short one for them, but China trips have just not been good to this team overall. And with that, welcome back, Gods.
Sup?
Sup? What a clowny game.
Sup, homie?
You know, I was like watching over there. We're just like, oh, this is gonna be a fast. I mean, it was pretty fast. It was ending the end. I'd still say it's one-sided, but it was just clowny. That was crazy. It's like lacking just something against Rex.
Imagine if the game was a little bit more balanced, you know. Oh my god.
If they were only up like 10k gold instead of 15k or something, they go for those same plays. Lycan maybe takes throne. If you imagine him having like an AC on top of his existing items, but a bit too far behind.
Yeah, I think PR, like, it's, I don't know, respectable run as far as getting there. They did well in the European qualifiers, but unfortunately for those guys, probably no chance for them to get out, barring some crazy outcomes in some of these other matches. And even that, I don't think it's actually possible because some of these teams still versing each other, so it's going to be tough. As far as other matches go, Speed Gaming, they've got their second win. They managed to take down Wings Gaming over in the Dota Cinema stream, so they're going to be up there in second place with HGT now. So it's a close run. It's looking like we've got a 3-horse race. We've got Na'Vi, HGT, and Speed Gaming. Na'Vi 2-0, versing Energy Pacemaker right now. There, a match they should win in theory, but the big one that's going to be coming up next round is Na'Vi versus HGT. Because if HGT win that, in theory, we're in a position where we may see like a 3-way Na'Vi HGT Speed Gaming tie. So
yeah, if Na'Vi managed to beat Energy Pacemaker, then win that game, they're secured to advance, I believe, at that point. So I think I guess for Na'Vi, it's win 2 more, you're in. Last game doesn't even matter at that point.
What are the rules for like if it's same points? Is it like time rating?
If it's a 3-way tie, they'll do
well, 2-way tie is head-to-head.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The likely one is that you get like Na'Vi lose to HGT, which I think is like, I don't know, what do you think? HGT versus Na'Vi, is it like 50-50?
I think it's a 50-50 match. Like both teams can turn on and turn off at the same time.
Exactly. HGT, when they play well, like, I mean, they beat Vici Gaming twice at I-League, so I don't know. Apparently Na'Vi's also not doing too well right now.
They're losing. Well, do we want to take a look at that game?
Let's look, guys. We're going to go right to that game. We'll be back here. We'll be waiting around. When that game ends, we'll talk about where we are, where things are going. But right now, we're going to pass it over to Coddle Guy casting Na'Vi versus Energy Pacemaker.